we're going to a Yankee Mariners game today, and we're Yankee fans. Sorry. Oh! All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good morning. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Reverend Zina Kacha. I want to welcome everyone who's here with us today. It feels so special to see all these beautiful faces here in this room as we gather together and just remember who we are. I want to welcome everyone who's live streaming today as well. Drop us a note, tell us where you're from, and introduce yourself during the service. Let's turn it over for a little bit of music.
Well, good morning, everyone. If you're able and you can stand with us, let's sing into this day together. Swing open my heart, give thanks for the day. Gonna let love fill me up, get right back to the start. This is how I was made, free from the worry and free from the fear. I know Spirit is peace, loving kindness in me right now, right here, singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Swing open my heart, give thanks for the day. Gonna let love fill me up, get right back to the start. This is how I was made, free from the worry and free from the fear. I know Spirit is peace, loving kindness in me right now, right here, singing, don't worry about a thing. Oh yeah, y'all know this part, sing it out. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Singing, don't worry, no, don't worry about a thing. 'Cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Let's sing, don't worry. Singing, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing, don't worry, singing, don't worry, no, don't worry about a thing, 'cause every little thing is gonna be alright. Every little thing's gonna be alright. Yeah, every little thing is gonna be alright. Sing it one more time. Yeah, every little thing is gonna be alright. Well, good morning, friendly faces. Why don't you take a minute to greet some of those neighbors out there? I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. I'm in the right place at the right time. I am just where I'm supposed to be. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. Oh, my soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. I am getting the message loud and clear. My soul is welcome here. 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 Well, good morning. And if we have any kiddos here today, and this would be more of like elementary age, my child is here. Yay. All right. Well, we have a great kids program, and so tell your friends about it. They get to go outside during this hour and explore nature and talk about how we're all connected with this beauty around us. So we're going to sing these two lovely humans out to the outdoor class. 1, 2, ready, go. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. The world's got trees and bumblebees, rivers and lakes and the open seas, mountains and valleys and animals too, and a sun that shines on me and you. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, I'm glad to be on it. Hooray for the world, it's a special place. We got Mother Nature and the human race. We got Mother Nature and the human race.
Good morning. My name is Kat. I'll be your practitioner for today. If you haven't already, please silence your cell phones. Just so you're aware, we have a wonderful intern practitioner here, Mary, who's been helping out this morning. Thank you, Mary. And I'd love to invite anybody who needs prayer to enter something in the prayer vessel on our online prayer request, and we'll be happy to do some prayer for you. And for right now, please join me in an opening prayer. Please join me in knowing that there is only one divine presence, one power of love, of joy, of light, one power of peace. That presence of peace and love, that spirit of life, it flows through all things. It is the stuff of which we are all born, and it flows through the very essence of our being. We are love, we are light, we are joy. And as we gather here today in the presence of Spirit, we are one with each other. We are one with the world. We are one with Spirit. And we are open and receptive to everything that Spirit has to say. All the divine inspiration that sparks in our minds today. Everything that Spirit whispers. And everything that Spirit outright yells at us. We are open to that. We are open and receptive to the love and the joy and the peace that flows through us. And I am so grateful to be here in this wonderful community, to be connected, to be at one, to be at peace. And I release these words into the law, knowing they are so, and so it is.
We're going to move into some musical meditation together. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go, I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go, I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I am healed, I am made whole. I am letting go of the things that no longer serve me. As I'm letting go, I am healed, I am made whole. I am healed, I am made whole. Take comfort as I am. Surrender all need for a plan. Divine presence is always at hand. Take comfort as I am. Take comfort. Take comfort as I am. Surrender all need for a plan. Divine presence is always at hand. Take comfort as I am. I know there's only one this love healing, breathing me whole, and give thanks for it is done. Take comfort as I am, surrender all need for a plan. Divine presence is always at hand. Take comfort as I am. I know there's only one moving me to be untethered, undone. I accept this love healing, breathing me whole. I know there's only one moving me to be untethered, undone. I accept this love healing, breathing me whole, and give thanks for it is done. And give thanks for it is done.
Let's give a, yeah. Well, no pressure to get up here after that song. Good morning, everybody. Gosh, I've been thinking a lot this week about somebody who was really dear to me in my life, and it was my father. And he was known here in his United States life as Joe, Papa Joe, as time went on in our family, and grandchildren, et cetera, and children were born. And for whatever reason, something really dropped in. I think it's really important for me to talk about it, and I hope that it might help you too. Some of you know, just from my talks and personal conversations, I lived in Italy from the time I was 8 to the time I was 14. Henceforth, sometimes I just totally mangle the English language with some of my words, but I know that that's just human. But one thing about my father that was really, really interesting is his heart, right? And I remember I was about, 9 years old, and he brought me to Rome, to downtown Rome, and he wanted me to experience something that today I look at and I say, God, he was prophetic, because we were across the street from a cathedral that had been abandoned by the Catholic Church, and it had a marquee on it, and the marquee said, "All are welcome. Those with heavy hearts, lesbian, gay, black, white, unwed mothers, prostitutes, drug addicts, and those that know that God is all." And the line out that church door to this day still fills my heart. And I say that my father was prophetic because he always told me, one day you will be like him. And I thought to myself as I was growing up, that's impossible. I mean, my father ended up a compulsive gambler, an alcoholic, an extremely wealthy man who lost it all because he could not come to terms with his sensitivities about the world. He spent 10 years in prison. And in prison, he became a Sufi monk. A sheikh is really what it's called. And he taught in the jail in which he was, Lompoc Penitentiary, California. He taught the principle of one life, one spirit, one God to all who would listen. And Sufism, for those of us who are maybe familiar, maybe not, is a belief in spirit lives in each, it lives actually embedded us with its heart. And our heart beats and is the expression of spirit in the world. Very similar to what we believe here, right? It's kind of similar. We believe that spirit is all, we are one with spirit, and that everything we do, everywhere we go, is a reflection of spirit, the divine, the infinite one, upon the world through us. And so this really brings me to this idea of the May series. It's been really a joy to embark with you on this series, the arc of self-discovery, because it really is in those quiet moments within our hearts that we realize and recognize the full potential of love as a healing force in the universe. And my talk today is the moments of high resolve. How do we maintain that ideal, maybe that belief, faith, whatever we want to call it, about the divine nature of our being, right? When we're really immersed in some pretty heavy human living right now, so to speak. And so I thought we would take 2 points and kind of hang them out here and just see where they take us. And in taking us somewhere, I think it's really important that we recognize our worldview. Like, what is my worldview? And one of the things that I wanted to look at today is our worldview that fear is the strongest force in the universe? Or is our worldview that love is the strongest force in the universe? And if we step out in whichever worldview that we hold as the way we see the world, then we step out kind of in opposites, right? And yet we have to understand, at least I have to understand from my own life, is that it's a spectrum. I'm not either or. I do get influenced by the things that happen outside of me in the world. And there are times where I am very fearful. I have children, I have grandchildren, and it does affect my worldview when I begin to really look at all of the activities that are happening outside of me. And maybe that might be true for you too. So I thought today we would go with one main point, and for me, I want to emphasize that Jesus is a teacher, just like the Buddha was a teacher. Muhammad for the Muslim people was a teacher, a way shower. And he really implored us to think of this as love one another as I have loved you. That's harder than it sounds, isn't it? Try this one. Love yourself as I have loved you. Wow, what does that mean? So I think if we look at that and we say, how do we measure where we are on the spectrum? Love worldview, fear worldview. And where do we as individuals, because it's easy to look at the world and say, well, yeah, the prominent worldview is hate, bigotry, and we are in trouble because who is going to save us from hate and bigotry, from the opposite of what we think it's supposed to be like? But the only place we can begin is within ourselves. There's nowhere else to start. We have to look at ourselves, at our own interior prejudices, our own beating up ourselves, our unworthy ideas of who and what we are, and look at those in a very mature way. How do we measure where we got our beliefs from? Because it's adopted. If we look at the real context of the human story, which is highlighted in all spiritual traditions, and we really, really look at it deeply and openly, we see that somehow we went off chart. We went off course a little bit, right? Because the truth is that we were made in the image and the likeness of the one living Spirit, regardless of what tradition we believe in. At its root and its core, the mystical aspect of it is always one thing: love. We were birthed in love, came here to be love, and as we walk and have our being, we are love embodied. And then the worldview begins to push up against that inner belief. And I have a great love for Richard Rohr. He says it's the greatest distraction, right? We get distracted by what's happening outside of ourselves, and we think that that's the speaking of creation to all of our lives. How do we measure our movement towards more love? So as we work through this, let's talk about this for a minute. So how do we measure where we are on the spectrum? Okay? For some folks, talking about love sounds weak. We just watched an icon pass away. Tina Turner. Any fans in the house? Right? Simply the best. Better than all the rest. People chanting, open hearts, and loving, not what she was saying, not even the messenger, but the feeling inside. And what does she say about love? What's love got to do with it, right? And what is she saying in the middle part of that song? Musicians, I'm going to put you on the spot right now. Because clearly if you hear me sing, you know I'm not a musician, and that's okay. What's love got to do with it? And she gets right to the middle, and she says, it's a wasted emotion at the beginning, but then you follow her words, and she brings you deeper into, it is a place that if we risk visiting, living in it, we're vulnerable. And if we're vulnerable, we're exposed to hurt. Because if we love, we open our hearts, we just throw it out like this, we are vulnerable. And so that's why many of us, including myself in many parts of my life, especially from before, I'm a super duper loving person now, but I was so in bondage from beliefs, assumptions, life situations, traumas, abuses, that I had to find love again, redefine what it was for me. And I want to welcome everyone in your own way to redefine what love is, because love has gotten a bad rap. There's probably a song about that somewhere. So how do we measure how we got these beliefs? I talked a little bit about my own vulnerability, and you have your own, I'm sure, we all do. I love my new kick right now is the Reverend Dr. Jackie Lewis. Any fans in the house? She is bad beep. Wow. Okay. Her new book, I'm going to do a series on it. I hope you guys will join me with that. Her new book is Fierce Love. And she is, what would have been classified old-fashioned minister of God. And she takes it to a whole nother level because she gets it. Like my dad got it. She gets it that what we're doing here is not diminishing the truth of who we are. What we're doing here is enlightening who we are, is loving the nature of who we are, knowing we are good. And she says it without any apology. And I give us all permission here today to say it without apology. She has this really great quote that is, I think, where we're going today. Accepting ourselves and forgiving ourselves. This is what unconditional love is all about. Getting there is pretty challenging for many of us, right? Especially back to the world. The world's activity, the conditioning, the way that we have been brought is a delusional idea of what truth really is. The rat race, trying to get ahead. Our worldview has been like competitive. Let's just, conquer and make things our way. Love doesn't speak that language. Love speaks the language of heart, of help, of extending ourselves for another. These are tried and true things, I think, in my own life I'm really, really coming to understand. And I have to be honest with you, being in a minister in 2 a.m, it's a challenge. And why it's a challenge is because being a minister at 2 a.m, I have to, because this is my vocation and the love that I have to be naked in front of the world. And sometimes it's a challenge because I don't know if the words are heard or if they're true, like they're true for me. But I hurt to see the things that we as human collective are doing to and at and about each other. And I feel a call to stand here and talk about it, and to be a visionary person that sees something and believes something with more people believing something and seeing something so that we can all put our hearts together and move forward in some harmony, some form of unconditional love that is multiplied and given out unto the world. I'm always moved by, there's this meditation by Howard Thurman, and I think this kind of sums up this part about the belief. So Howard Thurman had a download of this meditation, and it's why I called my talk today High Resolve. And it's super interesting because he was an author, he was a poet, a mystic. Many don't know that he was also very influential in social justice movement. Specifically, he was a black man, so he specifically was very dedicated to bringing liberation and freedom to all people. But because of the color of his skin, his people, him first and then his people, which is really the same kind of thing we're doing, right? We have to bring it to ourselves first and then to the people, to those we love, our small communities, to the world. We're that influential. I know it's so hard to grasp and get around our head that that's how influential we are, that we really can, in love, reflect back to someone else, you're okay, I love you, you're good. Your past has no bearing, no hold on you. Who you are today is exactly who you are in whatever body, whatever color skin, whatever person you are, that it's the truth. And so he was inspirational in influencing Martin Luther King Jr. And can anyone in this room name the most famous speech ever? I had a dream. And him, Howard Thurman in the background, influenced. They were college schoolmates, and he influenced Martin Luther King to have the courage to step out beyond theology, beyond the idea of Christ as king and there's only one God. Beyond that, because if we don't start feeling like I know for me, if I don't start feeling like I am made in the image and likeness of Spirit, and that my influence comes from the one life that is in each of us, then there's hardly anything to fight for. There's hardly any reason to get out of bed, because we're here for love. So he wrote this book, Howard Thurman, and it's called Jesus and the Disinherited. And I love the book, but I especially love what he talks about. If there is one power, one presence in the universe, one all-knowing, all-being, all-creative, all-intelligent, sustenance, energy, whatever we want to call it, if there is one, how could it find fancy in disinheriting anyone? What pleasure would Spirit have to throw anyone out of its kingdom? Zero. So the meditation that he came with was, yes, this is true. And then he had a son. And every day his son would have to wake to the world that did not see things as his father. I know my children. I don't know if I told you all, but I'm gay. But I know my children. It was hard times for them when I first came out. You know, that's not, even this day and age, we're in maybe closer proximity to acceptance. We got to work harder for the they, them, the black, the brown and sisters and brothers, for the Anglos who really have a heart. Like, we can all step up together and do something magnificent for this world, for this community, beyond this community. This is just, there's no walls here. We can just spread it even further. And he says this, Howard Thurman says, keep before me the moments of my high resolve. That no matter what you're seeing in the media, no matter what you're reading, no matter if you run into somebody and they kind of look at you like you're less than, no matter if there's some political confusion in your head about being worthy or part of this wonderful tapestry of life that is interconnected and glorious and needs you to make its way known. Keep before me my moments of high resolve. And he says that he told his son every day when he woke, I love you. God loves you. You're made in the image and likeness of the one who created the moon and the stars and the planets. And high resolve is when we say, as this meditation says, despite the dullness and the barrenness of the days that pass, if I search with due diligence, and I love that word, due diligence. Ever sold a house? Got a loan? Maybe sold a business? Due diligence is when we really take the inventory. really like parse it out, the spectrum. How do I move more closely towards love? It's a question in my heart, and I welcome it to be a question in yours. Because the closer you or I or we do that, the closer that we can move the needle, that we can get nudged up closer to that warm, fuzzy, yummy thing, right? Where vulnerability drops, where our barriers drop, where we know that we're supported and loved. He goes on to say, I can always find a deposit left by some former radiance. And here I think he's really talking about if we look through all those times where it was really rough. And I know I'm not talking to myself up here, right? We've all had our challenges. We've all had our, oh God, does this really have to be this way? When is this going to change? Why me? What happened? What did I do? Shoot, I shoulda. And then there's that radiance where we remember, just like the sun just cast itself on that lawn right there. We remember the radiance that said, I'm going to be okay. Yeah, I told somebody the biggest thing I could have ever told in my life, and they loved me despite it. They love me because of it. I'm going to be okay. He goes on and he says, at that time I was fully orbed, glorious, and resplendent. I was sure that I would never forget. And that's what happens. We say, well, I'm never going to forget that because, man, it worked out okay. It wasn't as bad as I thought. Oh, where were we when it felt like it might have been bad? Fear, fear, fear. No, don't go that way. Love appears all radiant, and we're like, yeah. And then we forget. He says, I was sure it would illumine my path for the rest of my journey. Oh, how I had forgotten how easy it is to forget. So I think my talk today is about don't forget. Don't forget. Like Howard told his son, I love you. God loves you. Spirit, God, infinite, whatever we want to call it. And we're made in the image and likeness, not of an entity or something that we've kind of configured in our head as this is God, but as love. And that's what we are. And nothing and nobody can ever change who we are. So keep with your story, because your story is the high resolve being witness for others. When we're able to come and overcome fear and move towards love, we end up being a blessing for all that we meet. So I'm going to close, and I would like to close in a prayer with us today. And this is the other side of Howard Thurman's meditation. So if you'd like, please close your eyes as I read these words, and then I'll do a short prayer, and then we're going to go off and enjoy our beautiful day, loving ourselves. Okay. In the quietness of this place, surrounded by the all-pervading presence of Spirit, my heart whispers, keep fresh before me the moments of my high resolve, that in fair weather or in foul, in times of good or in tempest, in the days when the darkness and the foe are nameless or familiar, I may not forget that to which my life is committed. Dear Spirit, keep fresh before us the moments of our high resolve, and just remaining in this space of openness and receptivity. Of an unconditional love that has no beginning and no end. Of an unconditional regard for who and what we are, to ourselves, to our families, to the world. Just remaining in that state of awareness of a good and loving Creator that we are all part of, that made the moon and the stars and the planets and the cosmos, that rests within us and whispers its words, just as the prayer this morning from Kat reminded us, that whisper is speaking to us, calling us forward as we move and are more courageous in our actions towards love. And we stand here knowing that it is all just one thing, one glorious, magnificent heartbeat that we share. And so together we let it go, knowing it's done, and we say, and so it is. Thank you. I'd like to ask the ushers to please come up. And we want to thank you for all of the giving that is done here, so many ways and so many shapes and sizes. We're so grateful for it.
I am blessed. I am blessed every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. I am blessed. I am free. I am free. I am free. Free. When I wake up in the morning or I lay my head to rest, I am free. I am free. I am blessed. Let's sing it out. I am blessed. I am blessed. Oh yeah, we're blessed every day of my life. I am blessed, 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 blessed. When I wake up in the morning or I lay my head to rest, I am blessed. 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 One more time. I am blessed. I am blessed.
Let's give it over to the band for a moment. Come on. All right, a couple of announcements, and they are very short and to the point, which is nice because usually announcements take a long, long time. So what we have here is Soul Collage class with Dr. Andrea. This is a really wonderful way to start your summer and kind of still have some artistic expression. The theme is the gifts and the wounds. It's a 3-week exploration. It begins this Tuesday from 6 to 8 p.m. And if anyone here has not done Soul Collage, it's really great because you do a visual representation. In this case would be your gifts and releasing fear, moving towards. Woo! All right. CSL office will be closed tomorrow, which is Monday, and you all know where I'm going. Woo! Baseball game, all right? We'd like to invite you, all of you, or anyone who can, to join the landscaping team for a tidy up and lunch Saturday, June 3rd from 9 a.m. to 1:30. All of these grounds are cared for lovingly by this community, and y'all are the community, so let's all go and do some tidy up and cleaning and spend some community time together, if that works for your schedule. And then there's the regular things that happen weekly that you can find on CSL Bellingham.org on the website. We have all of our announcements for all the different classes and all the different experiential groups that meet here on campus. I want to thank you for being with us today, and I hope you enjoy your lovely long weekend, and we'll see you next time.
Let's sing out into this beautiful day together. Gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. No doubt about it, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. Gonna climb this mountain, gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. No doubt about it, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. Leave behind what's weighing me down. Leave behind what's weighing me down. Wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling. Face forward, feet on the ground. Living in this courage I found. The sky is calling. Gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. No doubt about it, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. Let's leave behind what's weighing us down. Leave behind what's weighing me down. Wash away what's holding me back. My heart is falling. Face forward, feet on the ground. Living in this courage I found. The sky is calling. Gonna climb this mountain, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. No doubt about it, won't stop till I get to the top. One step at a time. 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 So great to see your faces today. Have a good week, and we'll see you again soon.